My name is Tanya Holland, and today we're going to be looking at glenohumeral extension. The muscles that act during glenohumeral extension are the posterior deltoid, the latissimus dorsi, teres major, teres minor, and the long head of the triceps. In order to perform passive range of motion, I had the patient come to the edge of the plinth while I supported the distal humerus with one hand and the wrist and hand with the other hand, using my legs to lean into the motion. To mobilize the glenohumeral joint for further extension, I am applying a force at the joint that is slightly medial and anterior. I placed a towel in front of the shoulder to stabilize it, and then I'm also stabilizing the forearm with my left hand and with my leg. The patient is lying prone at the edge of the plinth for the best accessibility. Here I'm instructing the patient on how to statically stretch the triceps muscle by flexing the shoulder and stabilizing the distal humerus. I told the patient to do 2 to 5 reps and hold them for 20 to 30 seconds. The stretch should not be to the point of pain, just to the point of feeling a stretch. Here I am demonstrating and instructing the patient in an exercise that will help to strengthen the muscles that extend her shoulder. Here I'm showing her how to put a weighted stick behind her back and extend her shoulder by lifting her arms away from her back. I told the patient that this should be done for 8 to 12 reps for 2 to 3 sets with 2 to 3 minutes of rest between sets. I also informed the patient that they should be doing this 2 to 3 times per week. Intensity will vary from patient to patient, but should be 60 to 80% of their 1 rep max. This motion should be controlled and not too fast that form is lost. This is a dynamic exercise with constant resistance. So to review, we did passive range of motion, mobilization, stretching, and strengthening. To get passive range of motion for glenohumeral extension, the patient is supine at the edge of the plinth with the involved arm off the edge. The PT supports the distal humerus with one hand and wrist and hand of the patient with the other hand, using their legs to lean into the motion. To mobilize the glenohumeral joint for further extension, the patient is prone at the edge of the plinth with the involved arm off the edge. The PT applies a force that's slightly medial and anterior with one hand while stabilizing the forearm with their leg and other hand. A towel can be placed under the shoulder for stability and also patient comfort. I demonstrated and instructed the patient on how to stretch the tricep by flexing the shoulder and stabilizing the distal humerus with the other hand. The best frequency for this would be 2 to 5 reps. Intensity would be just to the point of stretch, not to pain. Time would be to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds, and this is a static stretch. For strengthening of the muscles that extend to the shoulder, I demonstrated and instructed the patient to put the weighted stick behind their back and to extend the shoulder by lifting the arms away from the back. The frequency of this exercise should be 8 to 12 reps with 2 to 3 sets and 2 to 3 minutes of rest between the sets. This should be done 2 to 3 times per week. The intensity of this exercise will vary from patient to patient, but it should be 60 to 80% of their 1 rep max. This motion should be controlled so that it's not too fast and that form is not lost. This is a dynamic exercise with constant resistance. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.